Hey YouTube, today we are going to talk about web notes. Now that is not something that the general collector is familiar with, so I thought maybe I could give a little bit of information. This note right here is a web note, and the note right here on the right is your regular sheet-fed press. It's difficult to say. They look pretty similar. So what happened was I believe it was 1992, they were trying to think of a different way to make the process a little quicker for printing notes. So instead of using a full sheet and printing on it both sides and cutting it, they were basically just printing these on rolls and cutting them. So your web note is coming off of a roll. And they did this from 1992 until 1996. You're going to see it on the series of 1988A, 1993, and 1995. As we look at this, I mean, it's got markings on it. It's fairly old. But other than that, it really doesn't look that much different. So how do we know that it is a web note? So right down here, it is missing the letters. There is one number. If we flip it over here, the easiest way to note if it's a web note is right next to "In God We Trust." There's going to be that number there. So that's its position in the roll. It's also missing right down here where it would normally have a plate number. So it did not come from a sheet. So I brought this one to just only here for example. This is a regular 1995. This is a sheet note, not a web note. Let's flip this over and I'll show you it has a regular sheet number. 315. Now all the notes that we print today would have a number like that, and most of the ones in the past had that as well, except for our web notes. Here's another one, 1995. This one has a number 8. And 1995. This one's a lot nicer note, but somebody wrote all over it. I got these really cheap online, and I have found a couple too. There's a number 10 there. I believe the highest number it goes up to is number 12. So the question is, how valuable are these? I have my book here, and I've highlighted the notes that I have in yellow. They made 89 million of them in 1988. Not a lot. In really high grade, it's worth $90. Or sorry, very fine grade, it's worth $90. But in notes, it's hard to get them in higher grades. I'm not really certain why they printed so many of those and the value is so much higher. Maybe they burned them or something. So if you look just above that, it's only $15, but they made so many less of the the E block and the C block. Let's see, we have a web-fed press, very fine 20 at $10, $8. So they're not super valuable. I actually just bought a good bundle of them on eBay for $3 a piece. But it's a really cool thing to look for. Something you might not have thought of before. And thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and look forward to more videos.